Okay.
I think we're good. And we're only going to get to do like 10 minutes now before our guest shows up because, well, that's just the way it ended up going. Screw it, guys. Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre. It's the show where we get to talk about anything and everything in entertainment, news, geek, and pop culture, technology, whatever I want to talk about because it's my show, damn it. Brought to you by the good folks over at Grow Generation, where the pros do go to grow. Check out LRMonline.com, Genreverse.com for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. And of course, someday I'll get us back on screen. The LRM Online YouTube channel and the what's the other word I'm looking for?
Genreverse?
Yeah, there you go. Genreverse Podcast Network. My God.
Even I struggled with that. Oh, God.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, please do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We've got a cool show today. We've got special guest promoting the film, The Golden Age, a French film. Jenna Suru, and I hope I said that right. I've got a hard time remembering not to roll my R's like I used to do because I took Spanish in high school. We had a lot of Hispanic Spanish speaking peers in our school, being military brats living in Arizona, and then dealing with RLL issues with Japanese pronunciation. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce the last name, but yeah, she'll be joining us here in about 10 minutes or so. Lastly, I'm Kyle Malone. That's Christine, and now we are all caught up.
Yes, good job.
All caught up. It's a rough day for Star Wars fans. It's been a rough week for Star Wars fans. Mostly because Disney Plus Day came and went nowhere. Like,
it was disappointing.
Yeah. Right. And it wasn't even just because they literally didn't show anything, and it wasn't just because of like outlets that were people with purported leaks. It was also, man, these weren't just any outlets, man. These were, Star Wars Newsnet's a big deal, and many others, and it was just a complete mess. But tell you what, not everyone is the happiest right now with the way things are turning out, because lo and behold, the one person who most feel is responsible for Star Wars issues, Kathleen Kennedy, appears to have been re-upped for three more years. Something that LRM figured, the Bobs, as we call them over at Disney, Chapek and Iger both made it seem pretty clear that she was here to stick around. LRM Cantina podcast, we kind of figured, she's going to be here at least through Indy and what we thought would be Rogue Squadron. So everyone was thinking 23, 24 if she got another 2 or 3 year contract. But the point was that, well, we basically said, from everything that we could see, to completely 100% say a big FU to guys like Doomcock, Justin Has Lost, and Mike Zero that have been selling lies for forever, was she's going to leave whenever she wants to. Mm-hmm. She's got that type of pull there. I mean, look at what she did for, regardless of how we might feel about her time at Lucasfilm, the woman has been responsible for some of the biggest films out there on the producer side and in the behind the scenes side. You think about Jurassic Park. You think about the big storm that hit the islands while they were filming, and she's organizing private like boats and planes and shit to get people off. We can talk smack about story choices all day long, but she's got Hollywood roots. Yeah. And it looks like, everyone, she's not going anywhere. I don't know, Christine. You and I were both mixed on the sequel trilogy. It had its issues, but what do you think about her sticking around?
I figured she would. I didn't think she was going anywhere. You know, there'd be people, you know, you just constantly like you see on the internet, oh yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, she's gonna get fired, and it's just like,
when, when?
What are you talking about? You know, it's just I don't think she's going anywhere. No one's. But that's just me. Do I like her? Do I not like her? I don't think. That's a tough question, you know, with that part of it. Like, if I want her to stay or do I want her to go? Just I've had some issues with some of the Star Wars choices, definitely, but you know, I knew she wasn't leaving, so it's kind of like I never really thought of it like that, where it's like, is she gonna be, you know, is she gonna stick around? Like, I just figured she would.
Never fired. That was like the one big thing I wanted people to like get over it. If and when she left, if it had been towards the end of this contract, it wasn't going to be because someone said no. It was going to be because she said no. And in 3 years' time, barring some massive things happening, which is potential, I still think she leaves of her own volition. It's her choice, you know.
Yeah.
I don't foresee her going just to go. So yeah. Now the only thing about this is a lot of this is coming from a former THR editor or writer, Matt Balloon. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. He's starting to do something at Puck News now. And a lot of people are giving a lot of weight to what he says because, you know, hey, he was at THR. Of course, there's nothing official from Disney or anything like that. But the fact that, you know, Collider, former THR guy, Star Wars Newsnet, I know that a lot of people feel like they got something wrong on Disney Plus Day. We all feel that things changed last minute. Why? That's up for debate. But that's what we kind of are feeling. But yeah, man, she's just. I'm just mostly sad of how many people bought into the lie, like,
because they wanted it, you know.
Well, so do I. I don't think she's good for Star Wars overall, but
yeah, but like at this point, I'm kind of like, I don't think that Star Wars is going to change. I think it's just going to be this thing that I'm just not going to be heavily invested in as I used to be. And I don't want to say I've made my peace with it. It's kind of like, it is what it is. And, you know, I guess there's really nothing else to say about that.
Yeah.
For me.
I mean, it's just so, like I said, to me, it feels weird because like Cam said, I think yesterday or maybe even on the Cantina, he and I are constantly defending her. It seems, and not story choices or anything, but you know, defending against false leaks or scoops. And you know, sure, the fans out there go, "Oh, Doomcock says it's a purported. It's a rumor," but the dude is constantly my sources that I trust very, very, very much, and then others take his crap, and Look, I'm not saying you got to use us, but
find reliable sources.
Find some place that's not gonna just tell you what you want to hear.
Exactly.
LRM's not gonna tell you what you want to hear. We're gonna either give you the news as we've heard it, or our opinion on said news. You know. Oh yeah. Anyways, what happens from here, where the franchise goes? We know Rogue Squadron has been temporarily shelved, so to speak, and then there's new rumors. IGN actually put out a piece again from that Matthew Bellini, I think is the name.
I have no idea.
Saying that the Rian Johnson trilogy has been shelved, but again, nothing solid. And it's kind of odd to think, because it does look like Kathleen Kennedy is the big, you know, Rian Johnson supporter. If she's sticking around, he's not going to get his trilogy. I'm not saying that one's not true, God, I hope it is, because despite how smooth that production went, I don't think it was a good story overall, and especially the whole Canto Bite part. It was just awful. I mean, if anything, if any of these rumors are true, that is 100% one that I think most fans would be happy to accept. But I do think Johnson could have done a decent trilogy from scratch if he was the main architect, like not necessarily messing with the OT characters. I don't know. What do you think?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Is the Last Jedi leave that much of a sour taste in your mouth now?
Yeah. There's always just that, there's good parts, and I have to delete the rest. Like, this isn't real.
Oh, man.
It's sad to do that, but because I remember there was times when like, whether it be like movies or TV shows or music, I would, I'd pretty much just enjoy the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, over time, it turns into this, like, well, this part doesn't work. This is confusing. Why did you do this? So, I don't know. I don't know if that's age or if, quality is fading. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I do know that, I do know that we've discussed Lucasfilm compartmentalizing more, to where they're not, going to necessarily not all things will run through her. Dave Filoni kind of got a new position created for him. And compartmentalization. Hey, you're responsible for High Republic, Mandalorian connected things. Excuse me, animated thing. You do that with businesses across the spectrum. So it's not weird. And again, people like those that I mentioned before taking advantage of announcements like that to be like, oh, look, this is how they're getting rid of Kit. No, they still didn't get rid of her. But I'll tell you what, guys, our guest is knocking on the Zoom door. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Jenna. So, yeah. Why am I not hearing from? You know what I think I did?
What did you do?
I got it. It's on us. Can you hear us good, Jenna? There we go. We can hear you now. And yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
You both. Hello.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much for being on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Jenna Suru. Am I saying that right?
Yes, exactly. It's the perfect pronunciation. I'm just trying the right setup. Sorry.
No,
you're fine.
You're fine. She's here to discuss the film The Golden Age, one wonderful French period piece set out in France. I already said it's a French period piece, but deals with a couple of people involved in the entertainment industry, a stage actress trying to head towards the silver screen, and I think it was a Franco-American producer that's involved in that, and it's just a really cool story. I like period pieces. There's music involved and all of that. So yeah, welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre, Jen. How's it going?
Thank you so much for this amazing introduction. Yes, it's so exciting to be in LA and be screening at the Valley Film Festival for their centerpiece screening. It was such an amazing screening. The room was so packed, and we are having amazing feedback from the audience. So it's extremely exciting. And thank you for introducing The Golden Age.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. We're trying to get these guest segments going, and kind of, it's great to not have the PR people like right back here like yelling at you like, hey, you got 2 minutes, hurry up with this question and stuff like that. But I do have to address one elephant in the room, Jenna. This is a French film about French artists, and it's not in black and white. What's up with that? Joking, but legitimately, period pieces are great. You dive deep into it with music and clothing and the whole nine. just I know it's a little bit cliche, but kind of take us through what inspired it, because this is something that you wrote, directed, and starred in, correct?
Exactly.
There
And
you
the
go.
percent, like actually, the reason why it's in color is just because as a director, it was very important for me that the audience can feel and really be in that 60s Saint-Tropez atmosphere, because the film, The Golden Age, is set in 35 locations, all exceptional from Paris to Saint-Tropez and also a little bit LA. And the light in Saint-Tropez is so moving and so special to many artists, including me. So it was a very amazing job to, with a cinematographer, capture that light, and then with the color grader in London to delicately reveal that light. So the process and really the biggest inspiration behind the Golden Age really is my love for this village, Saint-Tropez, which welcomed so many artists, right, on the French Riviera.
Hmm.
In these times of change and in the context of the Vietnam War at the time, which really was dreadful, and where so many people in the Western countries in particular just wanted to bring change.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I know in the United States, Vietnam, a lot of people only think of America and Vietnam, but they don't know the deep French history that goes into that whole situation for decades prior, let alone when America was getting in there. So it is a very cool thing to kind of just see other historical backdrops with you know outside of the American point of view. We're always here seeing it, and I love to be able to bring additional points of view and takes on the world
Yeah,
to
see it in
our
someone
audience.
else's
Yeah,
eyes.
it's very cool. So I really like that. Um, Christine actually did have a question about the filming. Christine.
Uh, yeah, I had a few actually. Um, you said that you filmed in so many locations, and for a lot of people, filming in France is a dream. And I was wondering if there was a place that you wanted to film in that you haven't gotten a chance to do yet.
So it's very simple. Um, when I spoke with the location, the owners of the location, and I asked them, when should I come? When, what is the best time for you? And they all told me, Jenna, it's very simple. You come anytime. We give
Oh,
you the key,
nice.
and you film whatever you like. Um,
Wow.
Oh, great.
this is why I'm so thankful to all the inhabitants of Saint-Tropez, Ramatuelle, Paris, because they just didn't give us the locations. They gave me the most precious thing ever, trust. And for us, all the cast and crew, it was very important that we really pay tribute to these places. We're the last drama ever filmed at Notre Dame Cathedral before the fire.
Yeah.
We filmed
Wow.
we filmed God Created Women. On the harbor in Saint Tropez. We closed the Birakem Bridge by the Eiffel Tower for the film because we had these period cars going on. And there was absolutely zero compromise with locations. And this is why I thought it was so exciting for the audience to really completely be immersed in these atmospheres, the 60s, the dancing, the music,
Hmm.
this incredible light and time period is really exciting.
Yeah, that's nice. You had mentioned dancing. You had the that in your film, and you paid so much attention to music, and it seems like that you really enjoy that aspect. And I was wondering, after all of this, did you want to do like a musical or anything like that?
I would so much love that. I'm such a massive fan of Damien Chazelle, the Franco-American director behind La La Land, and I loved
Hmm.
it like I saw it at the time. And yeah, I mean, 100% producing. I produced the soundtrack of the Golden Age, and that was in itself such a wonderful process. I created a band with British singers and musicians, and licensed titles from Chuck Berry, Jimmy Reed,
Hmm.
American musicians, and we had such a blast. And you're so right, Christina, because it's so important, right, to live the period that you're also immersed in this music. And I'm a massive fan of music. I think soundtrack in films brings so much. So just like actually the process of producing the music was an absolute blast. And I'm definitely pursuing that in the future.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's really cool. Music is one of those. We talk about a lot of different genre of film here on the Daily COG, but one thing I always bring up is kind of like how in the 90s and early 2000s we saw the end of the theme song, like the classic song written for a movie, or you think Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On, or Spider-Man with Chad Kroger and Hero. But soundtracks I think really got like a boost from Guardians of the Galaxy using dated music. James Gunn brought in a lot of classics, 70s pop, and it's crazy. You bring up the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, these UK bands. It's all during that British invasion, but rock and roll just took the world by storm. Is rock and roll something that speaks to you like deep?
Oh, 100%. Actually, the Golden Age is also a tribute to the Beatles, and I also licensed I Can't Be Satisfied, which was one of the first covers from the Stones. And yeah, I mean, the Beatles literally changed the world. At the time when Jacksonville, they refused to play in front of a segregated audience in Florida in the 60s. They literally bring change, because for the first time in Jacksonville, there was a normal concert. And it's a massive, thank you so much for bringing that up, because it's so important to realize how much change artists can actually bring with their art and making the right choices, which are not always the easiest ones.
Yeah, definitely. Now you, forgive me if I say it wrong, but you either started, created, or you co-started the Paris International Film Festival, correct?
Absolutely. I run the Paris International Film Festival.
And that is really really cool. Film festivals are something that I've only kind of gotten to do kind of like mini festivals, like part of another event, like a convention or something. But working with this website, we've had people get to do more. We had a contributor that got to go up to Toronto, but it is 2021, and the last couple of years with film festivals and touring has definitely been more difficult. What's it been like promoting this movie through the Valley Film Festival now? Other things going around doing digital interviews more than I'm guessing you were used to before 2020. What's that experience been like for you, Jenna?
Well, for us, it's been we've been extremely thankful, because actually the Golden Age opened the London Independent Film Festival just before the pandemic.
Yep.
It's one of the very last festivals to happen. So we sold out the Genesis Cinema, which is this massively historical, beautiful cinema in the heart of London. And then the world shut down. I stayed the whole week. I promised to stay to support other filmmakers and their films. So when the world shut down, I felt, you know what, we've been so thankful and lucky with the Golden Age. I just want to give back, and I want to give my best, because again, today is a time of hard change, and we need change no more than ever. Also, the Golden Age also touches on mental health and suicide awareness. I think these topics are now absolutely priority. So it's just been an honor to pay tribute to these filmmakers as a festival director. I was also one of the first organizers of Cannes series with Meat Markets. And you mentioned, the past of France in Vietnam, and actually our best narrative feature for the recent edition of the Paris International Film Festival is Invisible Love, which is set in 30s Indochine. And the lead actress, Huang Fuang, also received the best actor award. It's a non-gender specific award, and it's a great. All I want to say is it's a great honor for me to keep paying tribute to artists through my work as a filmmaker, but also as a festival director in these transitional times.
That's leads right into a good follow-up question before you get to yours, because it goes into something that I like trying to talk to people about, and that's this modern age of streaming and digital access to films. On the outside as consumers, it looks like a great deal because we're like, oh, all these, indie films or lesser known foreign films that we had to go to, movie rental places and to a really tiny section to find something. Now we have all this access to, but there's also been, at least in the North American market, kind of like an adverse side effect, which is some people are becoming willing to kind of wait to see movies on digital. But man, you got a story about a stage actors dying to get on the big screen. I mean, isn't it just important to see that on a big screen? How do you feel about what streaming does for the industry these days?
I think streaming is a massive opportunity. The reason for that is that realistically, there are so many potential audience members or audience members for whom it's so difficult just to get to a cinema. When you think about China, you may be living remotely, you may not have the time, you may be working really hard or have various jobs. So I think it's so exciting that streaming is bringing accessibility. I remember back the time a few years ago when I came to LA, I was sleeping on friends' couches and I would walk a lot, because I just didn't have the money. I just paid for the airplane ticket. And when I was at the festival, I was like, yes, I'm there, like I was at Trilogy Live, and a few years later I was screening there, but just being there was such already an opportunity, to network. So I think accessibility is just a massive perk of the virtual world, world, and streaming is an incredible way, as you said it, right, for the consumer just to kind of like relax and also safely watch a film. Of course, something that is also really exciting is to feel the audience, to feel we're in a room watching together and living a community experience. So it can also depend on the film. But I think I'm really excited by the hybrid world. I think it's wonderful to just leave the consumer choose what she or he and how he wants to see the film. I think that's exciting.
I like that part. Christine, did you have anything on that, or you wanna?
No, I was just because you were talking about promoting your movie. Have you been struggling with like diet changes? Because I was European food. We miss it so much. We used to live there. I was born in Germany and had lived there on and off for many years, and it's something that I miss, and I was wondering if it was something that you were struggling with.
Missing the food in France.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you're over here, do you miss over there? Or if you're over here, or when you're back home, is there something you miss over here? Because like she said, our parents were military, U.S. military, and we were actually both in Germany in the 80s, 90s, and then after we got married, I went over there as well. I miss a lot of great, especially baked goods. But go ahead.
Oh, I completely understand. It's so exciting. You guys lived in Europe and Germany. That's so exciting. Yes, if there is one thing, I love LA, I love America so much, and I have so many friends here. If there is one thing I miss, definitely the food comes first.
Yeah.
Like the cuisine, of course. Yeah, I mean it's part of the French patrimoine now, and it's we have to admit that it's quite delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing, because Gig Pada introduced us to you and kind of hooked this up, so appreciate it, Gig. And looking back over his interview as well as the movie, one thing that you did bring up, of course, you got a fight scene in here. You've got some action things kind of going on, and you definitely have an eye for movement and like you mentioned, light and things like that. What have you considered on the action side of things, whether directing or producing? Is there some sort of like high octane action flick thing that you'd like to do, or you got in the works or anything?
Oh, absolutely. I think honestly, there are so many stories I'm really excited about. So something I want to mention about this in these times is that I hired a safety company for the film, for every everyday filming, the golden age. And in terms of, like stories and action, or more like, action type of scenes, 100%, like I'm really excited by all the different ways we can tell a story safely. So for instance, one of my babies during confinement was this TV pilot script I wrote and which got optioned recently this summer by a French producer, and I'm directing.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. I'm also having meetings with potential investors here in LA. We're really excited by it because it does have like a lot of, rom-com / action scenes, because it's a TV pilot, so it's a bit of a different tone. And I am massively excited about it. It's so exciting to just bring a story that is really incredible and entertaining for the audience. So obviously we all love action, right? It's really to have like those scenes which really kind of like entertain you and keep you gripped to the film. So yes, 100%. So there is a little bit of a hint of that in the golden age, but more coming up too.
That is so cool. I'm just a huge fan of so much that goes on behind the camera, and it's everyone that in America, I don't know how it is elsewhere, but everyone dreams of being the writer director, and I sit there and I'm like, I want to control the checkbook and make things happen. Like, I want someone to tell me what they need a director to say. I need this location, this timing, and I like to do the problem solving of getting that. I was a construction engineer for the Army, and once you reach a certain time in, you kind of become like the manager, the foreman. You stop swinging hammers and you tell other people to swing the hammers, and I always liked that. Out of kind of that behind the scenes positions, what's your favorite hat to wear? Right? Writer, director, producer, actress?
It is so exciting. It's so interesting because originally, I wrote the script for the Golden Age and I wanted to direct it, obviously. And then I realized I really believed in the movie, so I wanted to produce it, and I ended up producing it as only producer. The acting part is interesting. Originally, I didn't mean to act in the movie. But it's one of the exciting things with casting is that when you actually do it yourself as a director, you end up it was basically a really important thing for me that the film really pays tribute to female artists. So to not compromise with, the position of a female character, Angèle, in the film, I had to make choices to make sure that, the film doesn't get too much into, a rom-com, too romantic. It was really important to just pay tribute to amazing female pioneers and all artists who bring change, and also this village, Saint-Tropez, and how much it brought in terms of history. I wanted to make sure to protect that spirit, to pay this tribute in the right way as we deserve it, so that it doesn't become, an over romantic story. There is a bit of romance in the film, because how can you not fall in love in Paris? It's like, but in terms of the story, it was really exciting because developing this universe with all these locations and the incredible help of the partners in Saint-Tropez and Paris. I mean, again, they've just been incredible, and we just wanted to pay this tribute in the best way we could.
I like it. I dig it, and it's very very cool to see, like you brought up, and Christine is. I'm kind of stereotypical. I'm not the biggest rom-com guy. There's a few good ones out there that I really dig, but it's great to like you said female representation and getting not just necessarily the female point of view in front of, but also having the right points of view behind the camera to help those in front of it. And it's just cool to see how you're able to wear all these hats and just go at it. And it's great to be here today and have those chances and opportunities. And I thank you for being here and doing it. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate your guys' support. And I really want again to thank Gig from LRM Online, because he's been such a brilliant interviewer and supporter of the film. And of course, the Valley Film Festival, Tracy, festival director, and her team. And we're so excited because the Golden Age also was just unanimously, as we were discussing, it won the award for Best Foreign Feature and the Franklin International Film Festival. So massive thanks to their jury and non-press who do such an incredible job. And, the film, The Golden Age, was opening the festival with French songs and a wonderful opening night. So it's just a massive blessing for us to keep supporting the film with these incredible people.
And congratulations on the award, and I hope to see it in the new news cycle some more, and look forward to seeing more from you, especially that TV see that get picked up. You'll have to come back on and talk about that too. So see the more actiony things going on and things like that. So absolutely.
It would be my great pleasure to speak more with you guys. We are really excited for what's coming up. It's what's wonderful in these resilience times to just see how much we can put, and the incredible resilience that filmmakers are showing is extremely inspiring.
Absolutely. And Christine, did you have anything else for Jenna?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Well, Jenna,
it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We got to pay the bills and let the advertisers talk after you. So, but thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Age, they're at the Valley Film Festival, winning awards, doing good. Great soundtrack, great locations. Jenna Suru, thank you so much for being here on the Daily Cup of Genre.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and watching.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for, listening to that and hanging out with us. Jenna's really great. I'm really glad we got to talk. I love getting time to just chit chat with people and talk about food or the industry. Like, it's fun, but
that's what makes my heart sing. Food. Yeah.
Excuse me. I know what makes our advertisers' heart sing, and that's these ads. So guys, Grow Generation, check
Grow
them out.
Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
I just have to actually remember to silence us during the ads. But yeah, growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow. Just like the ad said, guys, check them out. Tell them who sent you, LRM Online and the Genreverse podcast network. So I am gonna go back to the website real quick. I want to refresh and see if there's anything that hit while we were out and about. And
if not, there's something I would like to talk about if you don't find anything.
Well, I do want to talk briefly about the Spider-Man trailer, because there's been some insiders, including Daniel Rickman, if I'm not mistaken, who said that we shouldn't expect Spider-Men in this trailer, that Sony has chosen the trailer that they're going to premiere at a bunch of special events tonight. I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific time, if I'm not mistaken. And temper your expectations on that. I know a lot of people were really upset about some things dealing with posters and whatnot, and some copy and paste work that seems to have gone on for some of the posters, but I think temper expectations has been said enough, that I think we're gonna get more Toby and Andrew than I want, but I don't think we're gonna get as much as some people are hoping for. I don't know. I do think it's kind of a how do I word this? This is the worst kept secret in Marvel, but besides even the leaks. Just seeing the old villains, and you're like, well, we're obviously going to have to get something, even if it's just a glimpse or a voice of the others. We're going to have to get something of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Parkers. But isn't it kind of dumb to not show them at this point?
Yeah.
Or hear them at least?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. They were doing the same thing with Ghostbusters. Like, it took them forever to even just play the theme song. So yeah, it's like, why are you? I don't know. It just feels mean.
Yeah. This right here I just saw popped up. Apparently, a Daredevil reboot going on. Talent Grid, Marvel. You know what? F it. Is this from Production Weekly? I don't know what to make of that. I'm not too. Oh well, that's the RPK. That's Rickman, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? I think so. Yep. So there you go. Yep. Rickman's on point, guys. Like, he's one of the most renowned scoopers that there is. He's got great connections, and he's been around for a long time. So, Christine, you and I are huge fans of Netflix's Daredevil. Vincent D'Onofrio on as Fisk, and of course Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Look, guys, if you haven't heard any of the leaks and stuff, please turn this show off and come back later once you realize you already have heard everything. Daredevil's in Spider-Man No Way Home. It's variants that we understand, and that's something that I had brought up as a real possibility before, that we wouldn't necessarily be getting the Netflix Daredevil. We might get a variant who's got very similar experiences, but is still a little different. Well, what do you feel about Daredevil being PG-13, and if it does indeed have Charlie Cox and whatnot? Because we're thinking it's rumored that Kingpin Fisk will be in the Echo show. She's showing up in Hawkeye, and so I don't know. What do you think about a real proper MCU Daredevil this go around?
I would love it if it's Charlie Cox. If it's not, then you can. I'm not going to say nasty words.
We had a very nice guest. We do not want to tell them that if it's not Charlie Cox, they can take the project and shove it up their ass. I just told them exactly what they could do. Well, okay, look. Everyone loves him. Everyone loves Vincent D'Onofrio. I can't pronounce his name. Goddamn good pile. Full Metal Jacket for those that don't know. I'm with you there. If it's not Charlie Cox and crew,
you brought me amazingness, Netflix, and this is what I expect. If it's not Vincent, if it's not Charlie, then it's like, it's a no. I don't want it.
I dig it. I like that answer. I don't know what to make of it. I do know that this, when it comes to that No Way Home trailer, considering Charlie Cox's, already had a leaked. Oh yeah, we're still wearing our head. We do that all the time. Even though Cox is already been leaked in that film, I kind of think maybe that's the cameo or big surprise we're gonna see in this second trailer tonight. Now, whenever it hits the web, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. All this stuff that I've been seeing is that it would be, that there's going to be these, special fan event and stuff like that, but we don't know the time that the trailer will hit. So one of two things will happen: either Christine and I will wait until the morning and react with you guys for the Daily Cup of Genre,
or want to wait till the morning.
We'll watch it tonight. Well, it depends on what time it hits. Because if it hits like while we're asleep, how am I supposed to know it hit?
I don't know.
Exactly. So yeah, but we'll do a reaction for you guys as soon as we can, as soon as we hear it's out. But I don't know. What did you want to talk about? You said you had something. Did you see something here?
Well, no, it wasn't something that I saw there. It was just like something that popped in my head. I was like,
what's that?
The Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, and who's voicing?
It's John Mulaney and Andy Samberg.
That's it, Andy Samberg, and he's being Dale, red-nosed one, right? Samberg.
Probably. I didn't really pick up on who's who, but It doesn't really matter to me. I was just like, this is Chip and Dale, these two, and I'm excited for it.
Really?
If because like I put in the article, if they treat it well like they did with DuckTales.
Oh my god. Why did you guys cancel Disney?
I don't know.
Why did
it's
you cancel
horrible.
DuckTales? You bastards! Oh, that was such a good show.
Exactly, it was perfect.
The best reboot ever. I can't think of. Take that back. Second best reboot ever.
Okay, what's the first?
2012 Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That's a mic. I'm not dropping this mic. 2012 Ninja Turtles is the definitive version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can at that Kyle Malone, and I'll bring my sister in on that fight as well as Christine. So I mean, Die Hard. I can't twist my arm enough. I got a Ninja Turtles tattoo. Anyways, a very custom, original idea Ninja Turtles tattoo.
You're very proud of yourself.
I am. It was so. It's a goddamn dang. It is a war memorial to the Ninja Turtles. People, look at this. This is if the Ninja Turtles die. This is what April and Casey leave there for them. Like I loved it, and 2012 was absolutely great. But yeah,
on this day, Kyle had a good idea.
Yeah, I know, right? But DuckTales was. God, that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Like, when I saw it, I was, at first, like, that flash of, like, don't ruin this. But then it was like, wait, DuckTales. So Chippendale Rescue Rangers, they didn't call it a reboot. What do they call it again?
I don't know, he had a
comeback.
Comeback, yeah.
Yeah, so, with that, you know.
Resurgence? No, that's not it. That's
awful, they call it a comeback.
From Eternals.
So yeah, I wanna see this. I'm excited.
I'm down with it. I don't know why I kept us tiny, and I get confused here on the OBS screen.
I don't know
over here, but guys, there's a whole bunch of stuff over at LRM.
Yeah,
LRMonline.com.
Cool.
Yeah, the Halo TV tease. It's going on Paramount. That's odd, but whatever. And it's taken forever to finally get out. God, we've been hearing about the Halo TV show or movies. Spielberg was attached. That shit was going on in like when we were living in Germany, if I'm not mistaken, like 2009 when they were trying to get that off the ground. But yeah, check out all this stuff here at the website, guys. A lot of great stories, and of course we have our podcast network, Genreverse Podcast Network from LRM Online, Daily Cup of Genre, Breaking Geek Radio, the Cantina, Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, not Mondays anymore, and of course Animeversal Reviews. All of those do get put up on our YouTube channel as well as all of our amazing interviews. We had interviews with voice actors from One Piece. Thank you, Funimation. Thank you, Norma, for keeping us in the loop, and Manny for being able to hold that down. That was really cool. And then we're trying to do clips. We're going to try to release like a clip channel for you guys. But yeah, all sorts of great things going on here. Gig, of course, red carpet and interviews, and then Nancy doing a lot of great things. Nancy gets to do most of our Spanish language exclusive. So guys, all of that's there. Yeah, and then all our social media information is down below. Christine, you got anything else you wanted to say or put out?
No, I mentioned it.
Cool.
Already, I was like, I really want to talk about this, so I must.
I hope it's not like what they were saying it was going to be originally, which was like this super meta, like we're all going to be self-referencing, not really doing missions type. Just guys, look at what they did with DuckTales. Take your properties, Disney, rinse and repeat. Darkwing Duck, you guys should have already had that. The episodes with Darkwing are some of the best episodes there are, and you guys didn't take that plunge and give us the new Darkwing Duck show, which you could have and should have. Fuck, I'd give you guys another chance at Gummy Bears. I hated that show. I thought it was trash. I'll give you guys you tell me that you can make it better, like DuckTales. Like I didn't think that. I love the Legend of the Lost Lamp movie from the old DuckTales with Rip Torn doing the voice of the genie, Gene, you know, and he's kind of yelling out Shabuti, which reminds me of Claudio Sanchez, Coheed and Cambria's, his other band.
Right here.
Yeah, there you go. And then, like, I would like, just take that formula and then give it to Nickelodeon and everyone else, because that was just brilliant. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening today on the Daily COG Genre, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.